Michael Jackson was and still remains a legend. He wasn't called the King of Pop for no reason. His music truly proved it. Born on the 29th of August 1958, the King of Pop's contributions to music, dance, fashion, and philanthropy made him a global figure in popular culture. It's so painful that Michael Jackson's life was cut short, but he and his music will forever remain in the hearts and music list of many. He was and still is a big inspiration to many people. Now you might have listened to MJ's songs or even seen his interviews, but I'm about to blow your mind with some amazing facts that I'll be sharing in this video. Aside from his career, Michael had his own personality, struggles, and happy moments, just like every other human. These facts will show you. I'll be sharing with you the crazy things you didn't know about the King of Pop. Do you love our content? Show us some love by liking this video and subscribing to this channel. Are you ready? Michael Jackson was raised as a Jehovah Witness. When Catherine, Michael Jackson's mother, converted in 1963, she joined the Jehovah Witness Church, and all of her children, including Michael, followed suit. He was just 15 years old at the time. Shortly after the Jackson 5 fame, the family moved out of Gary, Indiana to California. Even after relocating, Michael Jackson and his family continued to do door-to-door evangelism. In 1984, Michael Jackson was already famous, but he continued to perch in his neighborhood. He was 26 years old at the time. Michael Jackson couldn't read or write music. Contrary to the famous belief that Michael Jackson must be some kind of expert in reading or writing music, the King of Pop couldn't read or write music at all. Shocking or surprising? It's true. Although Michael Jackson could play instruments a bit, he didn't and couldn't play them like a pro. So how does he make his music? Well, the King of Pop mostly made his songs out of humming to get the tune, beatboxing to get the flow of the beats, and using his recorder. He would then proceed to share it with his associates and make necessary adjustments. Michael Jackson was a perfectionist, so he would always adjust it till it sounds like what he heard in his head. Michael Jackson's moonwalk was formerly known as backslides. You're about to be shocked. Michael Jackson wasn't the inventor of the moonwalk. The legend first showed the dance step in the song Yesterday, Today, Forever in 1983, and this instantly became his signature dance, with many people trying out the new dance step. However, Michael Jackson didn't invent this dance, as he also learned it from Jeffrey Daniel, who was the first person to dance the moonwalk. Jackson was very famous, so it was very natural that the dance gained more popularity because he performed it. Furthermore, Jackson is credited for coming up with the name moonwalk. The move was formerly known as backslides. Michael Jackson wore wigs for a large part of his life. Surprising but true. After the fire incident that happened with the Pepsi commercials in 1984, MJ sustained a great second-degree burn to his scalp, which led to permanent hair loss. For this reason, the superstar had to wear different wigs for his songs. The incident also made him rely on painkillers a lot. Some say this is why he was addicted to it. MJ shared a single room with his brothers before their fame came. The Jackson 5, which consisted of Michael and his 4 brothers, lived in Gary, Indiana with their parents. They weren't wealthy, and so their apartment wasn't a big one. This left the children with no other choice than to share the same room to sleep in. This continued till 1969, when the family could finally afford a bigger place. The Jackson 5 were already famous at this time, and so they moved to California. Scream is the most expensive music video of all time. Michael Jackson and his sister Janet Jackson collaborated on the song Scream in 1995, and to this date, no other music video has a staggering $7 million as its budget. Scream happened to be Michael Jackson's first single from the 1995 History album, and so I feel the King of Pop wanted to make it a big hit. The song itself might not be one of MJ's Rush tracks, but it made history. Why was it so expensive to create? Well, it's not easy to get a video on a spaceship, and that is exactly what Michael Jackson did. With Janet, of course. The video revealed Michael and his sister Janet singing and dancing on board a spaceship in black and white. Michael Jackson adopted a chimpanzee. Okay, this is very funny to me. Anyway, the fact remains that the legend in his lifetime adopted a chimpanzee which he named Bubbles. We all know that the King of Pop had so much love for animals that he had his own zoo in Neverland. He even had his own llama, and so when he adopted Bubbles, it didn't come as a surprise. Although this drew a lot of attention from the media, and his fans also had their comments to give. Bubbles traveled a lot with Michael Jackson and even had tea with him and the mayor of Osaka, Japan. Today, Bubbles lives in the Center for Great Apes in Wauchula, Florida. The tabloids once painted Michael Jackson as an Illuminati member. I remember seeing this story myself and it was quite disheartening. Jackson was still clearly a devout Jehovah's Witness when the Thriller video was put out. He even almost had the film destroyed after some Jehovah's Witness members showed their concerns about the video. They believe it was promoting demonology due to the costumes used in the video. Instead of destroying the film, Michael Jackson's lawyer and John Landis, his film director, convinced him to add a disclaimer at the beginning of the video. If you watch Thriller's video today, you'll see the added disclaimer. In the disclaimer, Michael made people understand that he was a strong believer, and the film was in no way supporting occultic beliefs. So I don't know where all these people got their inspiration about MJ being an Illuminati member from. Michael Jackson had a skin condition. Contrary to the popular belief that Michael Jackson bleached his skin because he didn't want to be black, the legend had a skin condition known as vitiligo. Vitiligo is a disease that causes the loss of skin color in blotches. The disease occurs when pigment-producing cells die or stop functioning. As a matter of fact, Michael Jackson's first son, Prince Jackson, is affected by this too, as the disease is hereditary. Before the King of Pop died, he had an interview with Oprah Winfrey in 1993, where he addressed the issue, telling people not to believe what the tabloids said about him. This was still not enough fact for some people to believe him. When he died in 2009, his autopsy revealed that he truly suffered from vitiligo. But the deed had been done as the tabloids had spread enough fake news about his skin. Michael Jackson was accused of being a pedophile several times in his lifetime. Michael Jackson was accused of child molestation and all. Michael Jackson was a great philanthropist, and this fact stands, but when the accusations came in against the legend, it took a lot from him. He was accused in 1993, 2003, and even in 2013 after his death. Michael Jackson won all the cases, but it drained him. After taking my time to research well, I think that these accusations were false, as they all seemed like a conspiracy against the music legend. However, no one else knows the true story better than the supposed victims and Michael himself. This cannot erase all the good things he has done anyway, and his music is evergreen. Michael Jackson was a vegan even before it became a thing. Well, it's true. Did you know that red was Michael Jackson's best color, and that he also influenced a lot of people to wear one-hand white gloves? Well, now you do. Michael Jackson's last food was spinach salad with chicken breast. Alright guys, we've come to the end of another loving video. Please hit the like button and subscribe to this channel if you want to see more juicy news about the celebrities that you love. Till I see you in the next video, peace out.